So I direct the Joan Ganz Cooney Center, which is a digital media and learning lab named for the founder of Sesame Street, Joan Ganz Cooney. Today I will share a few lessons from over 4 decades of work on Sesame Street. It's my honor to be speaking to leaders in one of the world's best places. Here in Israel, you're a bit ahead of us. You have national policies like family leave and universally available preschool programs that have not yet been implemented back home. One of the most influential investments ever made to show the benefits of early education was the founding 4 decades ago of Sesame Street. Born out of the turbulent 1960s and the war on poverty in the States, a movement began, first in the United States and soon thereafter in Australia, Holland, and as Dana just suggested, here in Israel and other nations. This breakthrough, like most, grew out of a lively debate. Let's watch.
Maybe the nitty-gritty little kitty show.
You know, I like that.
Well, then how about the itty-bitty nitty-gritty little kitty show?
So Joan Ganz Cooney, herself a young innovator with a big idea, started a revolution in children's informal learning when she asked the question, how can preschool children learn through media? And that wasn't all she did. In fact, Sesame Street is the world's longest street. It now is seen in some 150 countries, reaching over 100 million children and families. The program is locally produced, as you can see on this screen, in 16 different countries, including here in Israel, with its own name, language, curriculum, and Muppets, meaning it's tailored to the unique needs and cultures of local children. As Dana suggested, the first Rehov Sumsum broadcast was in 1983. It's a co-production with Israel's leading preschool channel, HOP, and reaches nearly 1 million children. We've entered what I have called the digital Wild West. Here's a visual of the evolving digital landscape over the past decade. It's kind of incredible. It seems like every year, new platforms like the interactive touchscreen or recently new combinations of the real and the virtual, like Pokemon Go, are shaping younger and younger children's lives. But the word educational here is in quotes for a reason that I will discuss in a moment. Given the amount of media consumption now averaging 3 to 4 hours per day for preschoolers and up to 8 hours for teenagers, many educators and parents are concerned. With media available anytime, anywhere, will children ever learn to read or advance their skills in math or science? In the US, we're facing an educational crisis. One dimension of that is that over half of our 4th graders cannot read well. In Israel, you face a similar challenge according to the PISA scorecard. For children in poverty and low-income households, these numbers are even worse. But if children do not master key literacy skills by the time they are 10, they will face diminished prospects for a lifetime. In selecting media for young learners, it is the 3 C's which matter most. We have to pay attention to the context, the content, and the needs of the individual child. The content includes those features and characters on the screen designed to be understood by very young children. Are they of high quality and linked to explicit or discernible learning goals? The context is the way parents and educators use the media with kids in the course of a day. Do they take time to ask questions and observe their physical surroundings? Is there a chance for conversation, or does the media encourage isolation? And then finally, most importantly, the child. Educators and parents know their child's best. Does the media choice extend their passion for dinosaurs or cooking? Do they learn something new that is age appropriate? Does the app or the ebook encourage a child and an adult to laugh and sing together? My center is doing research on intergenerational play, those powerful learning together moments when children develop emotional strength and activate critical pathways and connections in their brains. The technology could be getting ahead of us here. It may be time to rethink what it means for children to have a reading partner in this day and age. This has implications for ebook designers too. We know from many studies that key learning moments occur in the questions and answers, the conversation that happens between adults and children about the content of the book they're reading together. But we'll have to be careful. As many of you are aware, new toys are being manufactured to help play the role of conversationalists. There are Barbies who talk now, and Elmo talks too, and frankly, the reaction has been mixed. Parents rightly worry about how data are being collected on their kids' aided conversations. A good solution to these concerns may be on the horizon. For example, Sesame and IBM Watson are now working on new forms of adaptive learning. Soon, the Muppets may help children personalize a great new preschool experience. These models and others are chronicled in the new book, Tap, Click, Read, Growing Readers in a World of Screens, which I recently wrote with Lisa Guernsey of New America. The book captures 3 years of research on digital innovation and early learning directions likely to take hold in the coming decade. We synthesize the research I've highlighted and include tools you can use in schools and community-based programs and at home. All these resources are, of course, free and available for Hebrew translation. So in order to wrap up my talk today, I decided to focus on lessons brought to you by the letter I. You've got to investigate, innovate, invest to scale up, and inspire to action. Sesame Street is the single most studied educational media property in history. There are over 1,000 doctoral dissertations, I'm told, that have been spent on Sesame Street. The second I, innovate with real intention to set ambitious goals, not just to teach language and numbers, but how to get along, take care of our bodies, what to do in a crisis, and then carefully measure the impact before moving on to a new challenge. Lesson 3, invest. We can't meet our mission without building a new field of like-minded partners. Early this year, Sesame created a $15 million venture fund to help launch mission-aligned startups. The final I, our secret sauce is inspiration. Sesame is dedicated to preparing local leaders to change lives. Let me illustrate. Consider resources available here in Israel. For example, in your country, Rehov Samsum promotes Hebrew literacy, self-esteem, conflict resolution, and cultural identity. Let's take a look at one example of what Rehov is all about.
Shalom.
Thank you. So just to recap, the history of Sesame Street provides both important lessons and, I think, fresh hope in a turbulent digital and global environment. Our goal to build a shared future for every child is still possible, but we won't be able to do it alone. Together, we can unlock the power of educational media to give every child an unlimited opportunity to fulfill their potential. Thank you so much for listening.